What event made you see your mom in a whole new light? I was 12 when my mom lost her job. She'd been the marketing director at her company for 9 years. And that night, I found her sitting at our kitchen table with a half-empty wine glass, staring at nothing. When I asked if she was okay, she just smiled and said, "Sometimes life gives you a chance to try something new." I didn't understand then how terrified she actually was. 2 days later, she started waking up at 4 a.m. I'd hear her moving around downstairs while it was still dark outside. One morning, I crept down to find her hunched over our old sewing machine, surrounded by fabric scraps and design sketches. She jumped when she saw me and quickly covered everything with a sheet. "Just a little project," she said, shooing me back to bed. For weeks, she barely slept. Dad started complaining about the credit card bills, fabric stores, online craft supplies, shipping materials. They fought in whispers after they thought I was asleep. I overheard him say, "This isn't going to work, Diane. We need real income, not a hobby." She didn't argue back, but the next day the sewing continued. One afternoon, I came home from school to find our living room transformed into a makeshift photo studio. Mom was photographing small, handmade plush toys against white poster board. When she saw me watching, she looked embarrassed. "They're called Pocket Pals," she explained, showing me a tiny stuffed fox with a secret pocket sewn into its back for kids to hide little treasures or notes in. She asked me not to tell my friends about her silly little animals. I didn't understand why until I found her crying in the bathroom a week later. Through tears, she admitted that she'd been rejected by 26 stores already. No one wanted her Pocket Pals. But instead of giving up, she created a simple website that night. For months, nothing happened. She kept sewing while applying for real jobs during the day. The tension at home was unbearable. Then one morning she screamed so loud I thought someone had died. I ran downstairs to find her staring at her laptop in disbelief. Some parenting blogger had featured her Pocket Pals, calling them the perfect anxiety tool for children. Her website had received over 300 orders overnight. What happened next was chaos. Mom converted our garage into a workshop. She taught me how to sew simple stitches after school, and even Dad started helping with packaging on weekends. Orders kept doubling every few weeks. 3 months later, a major children's retailer contacted her about a potential partnership. On the night before her big meeting with the retailer, I couldn't sleep and went downstairs for water. I found Mom at the kitchen table again, but this time surrounded by her colorful creations. She was sewing a special Pocket Pal, a purple dragon with silver wings. When she saw me, she handed it to me. "This one's for you," she said, "for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself." Last week, 5 years after she lost her job, I sat in the audience as my mom gave the commencement speech at my high school graduation. The founder of Pocket Pals, now a multi-million-dollar company that employs over 50 people in our community, told the graduates about resilience and reinvention. The woman who once hid her creations under a sheet now had her products in stores across the country. What no one in that audience knew was how I'd found her business plan from those early days. Her initial goal wasn't to build an empire. It was simply to make enough money to send me to college. The woman I once saw as just Mom had transformed herself completely, not for her own glory, but because she refused to let her circumstances determine my future.